So I got a bunch of stuff to cover with you. This might be a notepad session today. Just want to talk to everybody about growth. Kind of the subject for the last month or so I've been focused on is we got to grow. I think we all know that, but I'm just going to start out by kind of priming the pump a little bit. Ask yourself, who am I? I'm not talking about who you've been convinced by other people to believe. We just did a Band of Brothers, and one of the things I'm so passionate about with Band of Brothers is us throwing away our old names, throwing away the names that society has given us, that maybe family members have given us, maybe school teachers or coaches, or we're throwing those names away and peeling away. And who does God say I am? I'm asking you, who are you? Who does God say you are? I'm not necessarily going to take the time for you to answer these questions, but I want you to ponder them. I want you to maybe write down the question and think about it. Who are you? What is your life purpose? Are you just here to eat some food, suck in some air, and maybe grab a few pieces of enjoyment along the way? What difference will you make? And I'm not even saying, I'm not talking about like some grandiose deal. I'm going to change the world. All that stuff's great. But the fact of the matter is, if you just change the world of 40, 50 people, like fundamentally change their world, 100 people, you've probably done more than most people on this planet. So how will you be remembered? Why are you here? What is your purpose? I look at those kind of topics. I look at them every day. It helps center me. It helps keep me focused. It helps my gratitude. It helps my happiness. For happiness, you've got to find your purpose, in my opinion, and live in alignment with that. I see so many people that don't know what their purpose is. And then I see people that know what their purpose, but they don't live in alignment with that. They get distracted. They get off focus. They get doing busy stuff. They get doing things that don't line up with their purpose. And they wonder why they're not happy. Or they wonder why they're not passionate. Or they wonder why they're not driven. I mean, your time here on this planet is sacred. I mean, it's a gift. It's a precious gift. And we just can't squander it. We just can't let it go to week, month going to month, year going to year. Wow, where'd the year go? If you want happiness, you need to align your purpose with everything you do on a daily basis. I heard Darren Hardy say, apologize, I don't know exactly when, but he said, your adversities are your advantage. And I don't think I'd ever heard it that way before. And when I hear stuff that I've never heard before, it kind of checks into my brain somewhere, and I got to analyze it and so on to determine whether I'm going to keep it there or not. Just because it sounds good when it's delivered doesn't mean I want to keep it in my brain, because anything you sow in your brain is going to stay there, and it's going to affect everything. It's going to modify, it's going to alter, it's going to maneuver everything you put in there, either negatively or positively. But I started thinking about it, and he was right. I mean, I think about all the adversities I've had in my life. I'll pick one that you guys are very familiar with, those 54 appointments. That adversity has made me who I am. I mean, not that alone, but adversities like that have positioned me and created paradigms in me that are very unique to me. And me overcoming that, overcoming the adversities, has grown muscles in me that I use now to this day. The adversities are your advantage. The adversities that you've gone through, the stresses, the strains, the tears, the anxieties, that has grown the muscle that you have now. It's grown the muscle to overcome those things. There's a lot of stuff about you that no one else has done to that level. You're stronger than everybody else out there. Those adversities, the muscles you've developed to fight those adversities, have allowed you to do extraordinary things. Things maybe that ordinary people or other people don't have the muscles for. They haven't developed the muscle. Okay, those 54 appointments developed a certain muscle in me. Maybe we could call it a toughness. Maybe we could call it a stick-to-itiveness. Maybe we call it tenacity. Maybe we call, I don't know what we call it. When I was going through it, I didn't call it any of those. When I was going through it, it sucked. But that's not the point. The point is we've all had adversities, and you made it through. And it's made you uniquely wired to go accomplish your goals and dreams. You have the advantage because you've had those past adversities. Own those adversities, leverage those adversities, let those adversities empower you. Man, if I can do that, I can do anything. Empower you, not debilitate you. So look at your business 5 years from now, knowing that you've had those adversities in the past, knowing that you've got the muscles to get through it, knowing that you're a rock star because of that. What does your business look like 5 years from now? What do you want it to look like? One of the folks at, where was I at? At the Broadmoor. He said, if you had a 10,000 piece puzzle that you dumped on the table, would it be easier to put the puzzle together if you had a picture on the box? Can you imagine putting together a puzzle, like a big, huge puzzle? My family used to do that as the kids were growing up when we got together, and sometimes they'll still do that. And you were looking at the box all the time. I mean, you were looking at the finished product all the time, not the colors, the picture. I mean, it had been impossible to put it together. And I just see so many people that aren't referencing the picture on an hour by hour basis and trying to put together the puzzle. You can't put together a dream life. You can't put together that kind of puzzle unless you got the picture in your head. And I don't think you can have the picture in your head on an ongoing basis unless you start the day and end the day staring at the picture. What do you want your life to look like? So whatever that is, I promise you, you're going to have to grow. I started this out, okay, and I know you know this, but I just